welcome to the channel. This is Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. I'm Lisa.
I'm Rufus.
And this is one of our weighing videos. Now, there wasn't a video last week, largely because I forgot all about it. We filmed it. It was like a 20-minute video and everything, talking about binging and all sorts of stuff. And I completely forgot that because I'd recorded it, I forgot that it needed editing and uploading. So I might put that up after this one goes live, just like the snippets of it, the interesting bits, if you like. So then, for this last week, forget last week, pretend last week's video aired. What is your favourite food that you've eaten from this week just gone?
I can't remember what I had.
I know, right?
God. What did I have?
We had
probably roast dinner. I always like
which roast dinner though, because we had chicken roast dinner a couple of times. We had brisket roast dinner.
We had brisket.
We've still got half a brisket in the fridge today. Yeah.
Apart from brisket and roast dinners, I can't remember what else we had. We may have had a stir fry at some point.
We had stir fry. We had lasagna. We had pasta on vegetables.
Oh, I'll have to make some more lasagna.
Bolognese on vegetables.
Like lasagna.
Okay.
Lasagna.
Shall I ask the question again?
Lasagna and everything. I like all of it, really. Food.
You like just everything we've eaten you've enjoyed?
Food.
To be fair, this week we have had, and see, normally that would be the conversation between us that I cut out, and then I go, so Rufus, what was it? And he'll say it was roast dinner or whatever. But I'm going to leave that in because, yeah, I think actually I've enjoyed everything that we've had this week. Every meal's been on plan. And yeah, it's been good. We've had lots of sort of a basic Sunday roast dinners with air fried potatoes, or sometimes we didn't have any potatoes, did we? A couple of meals.
Oh yeah, we didn't. We just had like all veggies on the
loads
bottom.
Of vegetables.
Then, what did we? We had the
bolognese sauce on top of vegetables. Bolognese. That was nice.
Yeah.
Left over from the lasagna, because you did a whopping giant, like
bolognese, and then,
like it was a giant bolognese stroke lasagna sauce thing that you made, wasn't it? In the giant pot that's almost like,
it was a 750 gram pack of mince.
Yeah, but forget the mince. The pot is like one of those sizes that you take to Scout Camp Jamboree or Girl Guide Jamboree. That's what it's like. It's designed to kind of feed.
It's a catering pot.
It's a giant catering pot, yeah. So that's, and it was it wasn't full, but it was. There was a lot of lasagna, a lot of the lasagna sauce.
Pretty full, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think this week, I always like lasagna because, you know me, once it gets cold, I like my nice stodge meals. But I really enjoyed the brisket.
Yeah. I
really enjoyed the brisket. I really did. I think it was absolutely so soft, just fell apart as you were eating it.
If you get
really
any,
nice.
The best place to get it, I think, is Aldi or Lidl's. I think Lidl's have had a special on or something, but Aldi, you can get a nice, sort of a nice piece that might last you a couple of days for about £9-10. So yeah. So we'll put all the pictures, I know we've done it the other way around, but we'll put the pictures of the food that we've been eating right here now, just in this little insert. That's the food that we've eaten this week. How have you felt about being on plan? Because one thing that isn't in any of those photos are your donuts. That's true.
So, do you want to tell everybody about Donut Week?
I had a whole week where I got some donuts off of someone up the road who's part of the Olio group. So on Google Play Store, there's an app on there where people, surplus stuff that comes from supermarkets at the end of the day that needs getting rid of, instead of wasting it, people can collect it and distribute it amongst people in your local area. So you just have to go on the go on their page on the app and just request things from people local to yourself. So someone up the road had some Tesco ones. I think they're called strawberry cheesecake donuts, and they worked out, I think, like 260 something calories each. But because they've got a filling on the inside, they're not like super squishy and like they're quite dense. I said, so that you feel like you're having more for what you know, rather than having a whole packet of donuts. I was quite happy just for one.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
But you like them when they're a bit dense, don't you? That's why he likes me. But no, that was so they were 13 cents each for those donuts, because you calculated them all. And so you just had one. Did you eat it?
You get 2 in a packet.
Did you just go or did you eat like little tiny nibbles?
No, I had all things. I have my bowl of fruit and all of my other things, and I have that last. So
it's like your treat.
Yeah, and it was, like I say, really nice. I was quite happy just having the one. Yeah, and I did that every day. I've done it this week, so.
I know, right? I can't do that.
I didn't eat it all either. I didn't eat all of them, so.
No, I can't do that. I would be like, I've had one packet. So yeah, I'm amazed at your willpower. So then, when we weighed in, how did you do on the scales, even though it was donut week?
I lost 2.5 pounds.
I know.
And one day, I had a piece of KFC in some of my own bread at home. So I had a couple of little mini fillets in a roll at home as well. So I've had all of that and donuts every day, and I still lost 2.5 pounds.
Yeah. Crazy. But all of the main meals we've had, apart from that one, I forgot about the KFC fillets. Yeah. Apart from that, everything has been super clean, non-processed.
Yeah.
Well, for me, this week I haven't had donut week, but what I had on Saturday just gone, I had my Reiki attunement. Now, if anybody might not know what that is, Reiki is a form of energy healing, I guess, hands-on healing, and so I've had an attunement, which basically means I'm now able to channel that energy through, which is all to do with the other channel, the Beyond Authentic Witchcraft channel, but it's all linked through all of that. And one of the things that quite often happens is that you get a 21-day detox period that's recommended. Now, I think that's why I've got a stonking headache. I did have some pop earlier, but I don't think I've drunk enough today. But I am drinking some water. I've got a coffee down there as well, because we've just been to Costa's. Well, I've got a Costa water. And so so I'm trying to be incredibly mindful now of what I'm eating, and I'm trying to kind of have the Slimming World plan in my head, and then be like, right, if I'm going to go off plan, I'm not only going to bugger up Slimming World, I'm also going to bugger up the process that I'm trying to do with this Reiki stuff. So I've been, since Saturday, I've been super on plan, like ridiculously super on plan. Before Saturday, I was still on plan. I haven't binged this week, which is amazing. I haven't gone looking for anything. I've eaten, most days I would say I've been between 12 and 14 sins, so I'm at the top of range of my sins, but that will be for things like an extra 2 slices of gluten-free bread, which I've had with a bit of ham or a little bit of my cheese allowance in, and just bunged in the toaster for a snack. So it's not like I've been using my sins like Rufus did with sugary stuff or anything like that. I've been using it quite mindfully, and I came in today with £1 off, which is good. I totally accept that. My system is incredibly sluggish, and when we were doing the Reiki attunement, they were asking where, you know, if we've got areas that we need to send healing to, and mine was instantly to my stomach, because of these gastro problems. So we still don't know what's going on with that, although I have got a few appointments coming up, so hopefully that will help. But yeah, I will take £1 off. I haven't done as much walking and stuff this week as I did previously.
But I said, like, diet mostly is all about what we eat and drink and whatever amount of calories you intake, isn't it? So
that's it.
A lot of it.
And I've been, as I say, I've been really mindful about what I'm eating, and I feel in a much better place, and I feel in a way that I can tackle this now, and I properly can.
I think one thing we spoke about that was in a one of the videos that I think didn't go up, was
Still on the
about
phone.
that we'd been making rice pudding again. We used to make it, like I say, maybe a year or so ago, and now we've gone back to making rice pudding. But at one point we would make a portion of rice pudding that was probably for 4 people, 4 portions out of it. I think you could have 4 portions out of it.
And we'd have
But
it between
before
us.
we would have it between us, and now, which would be like a whole dessert bowl full to the top nearly, but now I just take out of it 2 portions that are for another day in a couple of Tupperwares, put them in the fridge when it cools down, and we have literally a portion and not half of it each now. So
Yeah,
I think it's
but
just
there
being
is-
mindful about that as well, isn't it? Just
yeah, there is a recipe for that, a very old recipe, which I'll link up on the screen. It's a very old recipe. You'll see Rufus when he was a lot heavier, but we still do it the same way. It's just that I think these days we use soya milk rather than almond milk, which has got a slightly different sin allowance and a slightly different healthy extra A allowance,
but you also
which
get
is why
the
we
soya,
only have a half
you get
portion.
the soya light though as well.
Yeah, soya no sugars,
Soya no
which
sugar,
is a good one.
which is, like I say, probably one of the lowest calorie ones. I
Yeah,
think.
it is. That's why I've now got soya in my coffee again rather than oat milk.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been having that as well. So we've been going to bed full and going to bed like properly satiated with food and on plan food, which is good.
And still lose weight.
And we both still lost weight this week. Yeah. So hopefully this is going to be the turnaround that I needed. Partly because I intend going for my level 2 and my Reiki master at some point next year, which will allow me to do Reiki healing, and I can't do that if I'm putting poison in my body and screwing my system up. So there would be no point in saving the money that's going to be needed to do those 2 attunements, those next 2 levels. There's no point in doing that if I'm going to poison my system with sugar and fat. So
I said even now,
that's where we're at.
I think we're mindful about things like, you know, the night that we have rice pudding, I don't always have my yogurt. So before I would have a 500 gram pot of yogurt, just natural yogurt or whatever, and I would have that in the evening with my fruit.
Fat free and all that. Yeah.
And now if I have my rice pudding, I won't have my pot of yogurt, because I'd just be
You still have your jelly though, don't you?
yeah, oh yeah, opting one thing out for another, but it's just being mindful about, you know, obviously no matter what Slimming World does, it's still calories in, calories out. And obviously if I'm having rice pudding on top of all my other things that week, I might maintain, because I've just gone, oh well, that's all free food, I can still have it if I want it and eat all of it, and then find I don't lose any weight that week. And it's just, you just got to be a bit mindful about how much of things you do consume.
But yeah, but I think both of us we're still in our learning journey for weight loss and trying to undo decades of bad habits.
But this is the most, I think, look, I've kept my weight down for many years, so.
And we've both got reasons to lose the weight. We've both got valid reasons and
But
targets.
it's just
but it's undoing
figuring out what works for yourself, and just, you know, whatever does start working, just keep at it.
And it is undoing decades and decades of harmful habits that we got into.
For some people, they just, you know, do Slimming World and it works fantastic for them, but you know, everybody goes into it for different reasons. For, you know, obviously we used to binge eat, and other people, you know, it's just slowly over time, you know, got a bit older, put weight on as they got older, and just wanted to keep their weight down. But sometimes, like I say, little things set me off. Donuts would normally set me off, but now I've gone, I'm going to allow myself to have one every day and work out so I can have that. And
instead of it being
instead of
because it used to be if you had one donut,
that'd be
it.
too much.
Off plan, that's it now. I'm off plan. Eat whatever, do whatever. And, whereas now you're a lot more controlled with that. It's a lot more. Actually, a little bit of what you fancy does you good, and you can have one on plan. You just cut down the rest of your sins that day, so you stay within that 15 allowance. And that's that.
But I'd rather have one that's like got slightly more filling on the inside of it than just the outside, and they're a little bit more dense, so they kind of, you feel like you're not just having a squishy, really super soft donut that just mushes into nothing, like your Krispy Kremes or whatever, just the glazed ones. But yeah, just like I say, if you don't, at some point, if you just, I think what I worked out is if you don't allow yourself to have something nice every day or so, a little something, you'll never stick to it.
But anyway, that is going to be our update for today. We've got to get back. I've got to enjoy my coffee because I'm nearly done with my water now. And I've got a live stream at 7 p.m. over on Beyond Authentic Witchcraft. It's every Tuesday and Sunday, by the way, 7 p.m. UK time. So if you fancy joining me over there for some free tarot readings, or you can donate and guarantee your tarot reading, then join me over there. I'll be there as I'm filming this in less than 2 hours, but I don't know when you're going to be watching it. But I think that's about it from us, isn't it? Are we going to do a recipe this week? Are we finally going to do a blooming recipe?
It'll have to be the weekend or whatever. Probably about the weekend, or I'm sure we can get around to doing one, can't we?
We can do a recipe this week. Right, we'll do a recipe this week. And on that bombshell, we will see you next time. And as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and happy slimming. Bye-bye.